I was going on my 22nd birthday. This is my friend from Reedsville. Be in town with me. Feeling like a kid again.
In Larry's case, when you went to jail in the 1970s, it's going to be a real struggle to come back to society in your first week out.
Okay, so wherever you pull the mouse at, you handle this cursor.
I'm getting frustrated. I had some friends that just totally lose their mind. Come out here, go back in the system, say they can't make it out here.
The first week is critical.
I go back inside my spiritual self and ask him, God, have I been forgiven?
Freedom is one of the best words you could ever confirm out your mouth once you get it. You got to embrace it. I'm blessed, and I'm glad to be blessed, thanks to my Heavenly Father. That's my big homie. Well, it's cold. No, that cold. You have to pave a way to make a way. And I'm paving a way to make this way, because going backward will make me a loser. I never lost in baseball, never lost in basketball, I never lost in football. I never lost a fight, and I'm not gonna lose now. And it feels good to be able to get up in the morning and open that door. I'm saying, man, I'm home, free at last.
For Larry, it's such a success story. For him to have saved his money and find a place, and to still be in that place, it's full of furniture. He has a car to get back and forth to work. So it's a perpetual grace that takes place when we help people. 10,000 people enter society every week. 10,000 of them, Larry's entering every week. And if somebody like a ministry like Vital Signs don't step in for a Larry situation, a lot of Larrys would go back 70% of the time. I want a community to come together to change something, to right something that was wrong. And this is the way to be smart on crime. You help the ones who committed it to have just a basic living. And if you help them get the basic living and become part of the mainstream of success, getting a job and having a new family and moving forth in their purpose and giving back to society, then that's how you be smart on crime, and you reduce recidivism and you reduce victims. That's what I'm about.
Don't judge a man because he's been to prison, okay? There are always a chance to get a second chance. And we give him a second chance.
Hey everybody, I'm Austin Berg. I'm the co-founder of Iron Light. As an agency, our vision is a world without limitations on human potential. And nowhere are those limitations more evident than in our criminal justice system today. So I'm so honored to be joined by these two gentlemen today, who we work with on a weekly, daily basis at this point. Pastor Lee, I wanted to start with you. Today, the conversation around public safety seems to be on a continuum between lock them up and defund the police. But when there's 10,000 people coming out of the system every week, what does it mean to you to be truly smart on crime, actually fixing the problem?
Well, the subject is what if? What now? What do we do now? And I have over hundreds of men coming out asking that question, what now? And I get to answer that question with the fact that we can serve you, to help you with housing, jobs, transportation, life coaching. And so we get a chance to help them. It's been proven. The Second Chance Act that we enacted a few years ago was done a pilot program right there in Georgia that I got a chance to work for the state. And it's been proven that if we have not just second chances, but better second chances. And that means providing those resources so we can do that.
Larry, our team met you when you were on the verge of a new chapter in your life, in your first week out after being incarcerated over 40 years. That experience of re-entering society, what are some things you remember that maybe most folks who haven't experienced that wouldn't realize or know about that experience?
It's like coming out and being a baby from a cradle to a walker, learning how to walk, learn how to talk. New technology has changed the world. And a lot of friends of mine that's incarcerated would make it very hard to accept this and adjust to this new society. It's hard. I'm still struggling, but I thank God who's leading me, guiding me, strengthening me to be able to enjoy the beauty of my freedom, the people around me. I've got my second chance, and I'm enjoying life. 2.5 years out, and I feel blessed. And it's a blessing to be able to say, we need people to help coordinate this to make it better for anybody, whether you're guilty or innocent. Let's do the right thing as a family and as a people.
Let's give a round of applause for the beauty of freedom. Pastor Lee, one of the distinctions that you helped me really understand when we first started working together was re-entry versus reintegration. And those are, it seems like a small difference, but it's actually quite large. Can you talk about the distinction between those two things?
Absolutely. Re-entry actually starts at entry while they're in prison. And while they're in prison, we need to provide the programs that they need, substance abuse programs, anger management, all these different programs at entry. That's when re-entry starts. But once re-entry happens and they prepare themselves to come out, there's a reintegration process. Many of them never been integrated in the first place, and they don't know the culture of integration. But reintegration means that we got to go back to the basics and teach them how basic skills, life skills, and also how to begin to reintegrate with jobs, transportation, housing, and things of this nature. So reintegration is a difference. Once you come out, you can teach a man how to fish, but if they don't know where to fish, it doesn't matter. So we got to show them where the resources are in order for them to reintegrate. And I just, believe so much in this, because when we talk about smart on crime, some are hard on crime, some are soft on crime. But being smart on crime is that we reduce recidivism by impacting the individuals who would commit it. We'll decrease victims, we would decrease recidivism, we would decrease tax dollars if we impact that way.
Larry, one of the things we've talked about is people having empathy for the experience of people coming out of situations like you came out of. What was it like re-entering the world, and what judgment did you feel from others? And how can the folks in this audience better empathize and understand the experiences that people are going through when they are leaving prison?
Being released, first I want to say, it's a shocking thing for your counselor to come in your dorm and say, come to my office. And you're thinking bad news family, but I don't have a family. This is my family. Kind of like laugh. And she said, you've been blessed. You're going home.
Thank you, Lord.
Excuse me.
Thank you, Lord.
And it was a joy. Because I really thought I was going to die in prison. I overcame a lot of excuse my French, a lot of obstacles that really had me running like Jesse Owens, track and field, hurdles. And I have inner flashback to things said, now, what do I do now? I have to readjust. Thanks to Brother Lee, who accepted me, gave me a place to stay, Still working on the same job for the last 5 years now. Mr. Joy.
That's right.
Awesome.
And it's people like you, I appreciate you, but we need to work together.